Hello everyone, it's Maria here from Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry it's been a while since I have posted a video. Basically, as soon as my husband went back to work in the office had flooded. The luck of it was about 10 days after he started that job, and then he ended up having to work from home again, so I have not had the chance until today to film at home. I also have my daughter at home. She's at university studying as well, so she's studying at home, and then my husband's working from home, so I have to work around their schedule. So my apologies for not posting up any earlier. However, I have found another cute gnome set. I'm so sorry I did another gnome set, but why not? Because Halloween's coming up. I don't celebrate Halloween. I don't do anything for it, but I thought it would be fun to make a cute Halloween card featuring a lovely stamp set. It's not lovely, it's actually very, very cute, from Fabrica. It's a digital stamp set, and basically I think when you look it up, it's just called a Halloween gnome digital stamp set. I will link the actual stamp set in the description box below. And just to let you know, I am not sponsored by Fabrica or any company at all. I'm just quite happily being an independent sort of card maker for the time being, and I'm quite happily creating just for fun. So I'll be using a mishmash of things. So one of these cute gnomes will be used today, and I'm thinking of this one because I really like that it's got like a ghost balloon, isn't that cute, and a witch's broom. So that's a close-up look of that one. That's the one we're going to use today, but I'll show you the other ones as well. There's this one here, which is just a general gnome, but it has a little skull as a pom-pom. How cute is that? This is adorable. So if you're into Halloween and stuff, this is cute. This is the other stamp. These are around 3 inches. They might be slightly higher or lower, one of the two, but that's how I size them, at 3 inches. And then I cut them out with my, this time I use my silhouette print and cut feature. And there's that other one. Aren't they cute? I don't like really gross, spooky stuff. I just like cute, spooky, if that makes any sense. So that's this one. Isn't it adorable? Now, I'm also using a few things from the past. So if you're into Cricut or you've had the Cricut Expression in the past, I still have mine. I haven't got the Cricut Explore at all. I just have the Cricut Expression and the original Silhouette Cameo. They both work fine. So for me, it's not worth me getting new machines unless one of them breaks down. So I'm quite happy with what I have. So I use my Cricut Expression. The paper doll dress-ups has some really cool stuff in this. Not only can you get little paper dolls and dress them up into different characters, but they also have cute accessories. Now, I'm using the one on page 52 of the handbook, which is this one's over here. This will take you back to the past if you've used these before. And I love that tree. So that's on page 52, and I love that tree. So I actually numbered mine because it's really hard to tell from this which one's which. So I numbered them, and that's my number 24. I used a pencil. So that's the one I'm using. I think I cut that out at about 3 3/4 inches high. And that is the tree cut out. I used basic black cardstock from Stampin Up. And that's how it cut out. Cool, right? So I'm using that. And a blast from the past from Stampin Up. This stamp set called Wicked Cool. I'm going to be using maybe one of the sentiments. I haven't decided, but I'm definitely going to use these bats in the background. And another was a limited edition hostess set, an old but a goodie. Love the font, and it says Happy Halloween or Trick or Treat. I haven't decided. I'll see how the card goes, and then I'll go from there. So yeah, and I also am going to be using a stencil that I made with my Silhouette Cameo, and I just cut this out of a plastic divider sheets. It's thin enough for me to cut it with my machine, and it's also a good thickness as well. I quite like it. So I'm going to be using this circle. I'm not sure what the size of it is. I would say it's roughly, hang on, I'll just bring out my trimmer and I'll just give a rough measurement so you can see how much it is. I think it's roughly about 3.5 inches. Okay, so that's roughly 3.5 inch circle there. All right, so what I'll be using as well is some Whisper White cardstock, which is 1/4 inch shorter all round than my Night of Navy cardstock from Stampin' Up. So it's half an A4 and then I scored it in half again. So I'll just fold and burnish the score line with you whilst I've got you here. And then I'm going to start ink blending and what have you. Now I'm just going to bring my Teflon craft mat from Ranger. That's the one I have. It's this one here, Ranger. You can also just buy Teflon sheets really cheaply, same thing. So I'm going to do the ink blending first, and then I'm going to colour my image here. So I'm going to use a whole heap of Distress Oxides. I'm not sure which colours I'm going to use, but this is the colour scheme I'm going for. These are quite lovely colours actually. So I'm going to put down my image there, and I'll just do a bit of a placement so I can see. So that will probably go there. This will go here in the background. Nice spooky tree. And down the bottom, oh yeah, I'm going to use another stencil. I'll have to bring that out. So it's going to look like that, and then it's just going to be a night sky behind all of that. So I'll bring that further down, I think, like around here. And I'll just even that out. And I think that the scale, although it's big, will be fine because these images are also big, if that makes sense. So they're going to go like that. And just bear with me. I'll bring out a stencil and I shall be back. So I've just brought in my Favourite Things premium stencil here, and it's just grassy edges. So I'll be using that as well along the bottom there. So we'll get started with the ink blending. I'm going to start off with the lightest blue that I have. So I'm using, in case you're interested, these are the Nouveau just large blending brushes, okay? So they come with their own little case. I just label them with an alcohol marker on the top there. Blue is basically for all of my blues, whether they're light or dark, I don't care. I use this one brush for them all. Purple has one. Then the black and the grey I will use as one of those because, you know, grey is just a shade of black really, so that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be physically holding this down. I'm going to get my lightest blue, which will be, well, it's like a blue-green. So I'm thinking of using very lightly, is that green? Bear with me, I'm just going to bring another brush because I don't want to mix things up. Just hang on a sec. So I've got a brand new brush and I'm going to use peacock feathers to start off with, and then I'm just going to tap off, just make sure this is even, and like that. Yep, okay. So I'll just go on the sides there. to do next is take off that mask, and that looks really cool. So I'm just going to clean this up. What about these homemade masks is they're reusable again and again and again until they kind of just die. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Grassy Edges stencil from my favorite things, and I'll just have a quick look and see which sort of grass I want. I want a more straight edge, so I'll use this this grassy edge here. Now I just want to make sure that my gnome will be placed correctly. So let's see. Yeah, okay. I think I'll do the grassy edge up until there. So what I'm going to grab now is my black soot ink, and I'm going to get one of my brushes. And just start inking. Now let's do the reveal. Oh wow, that looks so cool. I accidentally moved it, but it gave like a shadow effect, so I think that turned out great. I love that. I really like the way that turned out. So I better wipe all this down. Okay, so now because that looks a little too bright, what I'm going to add is this beautiful colour. It's a Distress Oxide again, and it's called Weathered Wood, and it's a really nice grey. So I'm going to use that in spots just to give it the effect of like, kind of like, I don't know, like fog, clouds, spookiness. So I'll just tap off and I'll just go lightly in spots and just give it like the moon look. And do that again. Like a misty sort of a night, and yeah, do that a little. And it's not, doesn't have to be perfect, but that's how that looks. I think that looks spectacular. I love that, and I love that the color there kind of looks like it's lighting up the sky and it's dark there. I just love it. Love, love, love. Nice and spooky looking. Ooh. Okay, so I'm just going to now just clean off everything. Okay, so I've now finished all of the ink blending and everything. So I'm just going to bring this back out so you can have a look at something whilst we're waiting. Now, I'm going to add the tree on top there. I will probably trim the edges that I don't need. Now that looks so cool. And then I'm going to add my cute little gnome. Maybe should I do it like up here, cover a bit more of that, and then I'll have the gnome down there, or like this. Like so. Cute. Anyway, I'll colour this in, and I'm going to be using my Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. I'm sorry, I'm so boring with my stuff, but if things still work or they haven't run out, I'm just not going to get things I don't need, if that makes any sense. So if you find this boring, I'm sorry. I hope not, because this is so much fun. All right, so what I'll be doing is I'll be playing some music, and I'll let this go a little faster. So I'm going to zoom you in, and we'll get started. You up there, and yeah, there's a lot of colouring involved, but it was so cute. I love it. Gnomes are the best. Sorry, I keep featuring gnomes, but here you go. So cute, so cute. Okay, so now I'm going to just bring in that panel, and over here it looks a little bit rough, so I'm just going to bring in my brush again and just kind of just brush it out a little. Just mix it up a little. Just smooth it out as much as I can. Let's see. I don't know. I'll leave it at that. I think it looks nice, so I won't overdo it now. Alright, so I think that the tree looks really good here on the side. So I'm going to, I might put it up a little like this. And then I'll put my gnome further down like that. Should I do it up here? think I'll do it like that and do this on the side there. It looks cute. Okay, so finally I'll start gluing this down. So I'll just not glue these sides here. And I'll pop that to the side here, like that. I'll just grab a tissue because I don't want it to get ruined. Just get one very quickly. Oops. You kind of, I kind of get into a bit of a trance when it comes to my, when I colour in and stuff. Like, I just get lost in it. So I'll just pop that down like that. Uh-oh. Now I've got glue marks on there. Not happy about that. I might have to blend that colour out a little. Yeah, I might have to blend that colour out a little, so I might add some, I think it was chipped sapphire. Or was it the villainous poison? I'll do the chipped sapphire just a little. Just like that. I don't think it turned out perfect, but who cares, right? Check that out. That looks really cool and spooky now. All right. Then I'm going to grab some scissors. I'll just clean my tweezers. Then these are non-stick, so whatever glues on them just comes right off. So cool. It's good to invest in these non-stick sort of scissors. And tweezers. And I'm just going to grab my scissors and I'm going to trim off the edges. Don't need those. Okay, that looks cool. Now my old Cricut doesn't cut very well, so I'm just going to trim that off a little. Okay. Alrighty. Now, for this gnome, I'm going to stick it down over here, right on the side, like so. I think that turned out really cute. And I'm going to put him up on some dimensionals. Okay, so before I stick these down, what I'm going to do is get my card base and pop it on there. Looks really cool. I love it. So unusual for my usual stuff, but I like mixing it up a little bit at times. And I don't, as I said, I don't create Halloween cards very often, but I really do like this. This is so much fun. So I'll just even that out down there on that Night of Navy cardstock. It looks great. Okay, and do it like that. Okay, so that looks cool. And now I'm just going to take off all of the dimensional backings. This looks ridiculously cute. And now I'm just going to put him right on the edge, right there. Or should I do that here? And leave a bit of white space. No. I'm just going to put him here. I was going to put bats and everything, but I've decided against that now because I think it's spooky enough as it is. I'll just have a quick look and see if the bats are warranted. Let's see. Maybe up here. Why not? I'll give it a whirl. Just up there. I'll grab my stamparatus because when it comes to placing things the last minute and on a almost finished card, I don't want to take the chance of ruining it, so I'll just grab my stamparatus. I love this. Even though I'm no longer a demo, I still like using it because it's a good size, and I like that you can take the lid off and basically go down and do kind of, what's it called, successive kind of stamping or step stamping, you know, it's really cool. Okay, oops. My bad, I've got to take out the foam. And what I'm going to grab now is the black soot. And I'm going to ink this up quite a few times to make sure they look really, really black. Oh, they look cool. And I like that this is a pigment ink, so it sits on top of all the other inks as well. And I'll do that again. Ooh, looks nice and spooky. I like the way that turned out actually. That looks really cool. Just give you a close-up. Isn't that cool? And maybe I should put a sentiment there. I might put trick or treat up there just to keep it simple. And I won't overdo it. And yeah, I'll use that trick or treat sentiment from the Good Greetings if you happen to have that on hand. I think I'll use trick or treat. Looks really cool. So I've just got to find it on here. Trick or treat down there. And I'll ink that up in black soot ink as well. It's pretty dark. I mean, you can emboss it with white and things, but I'm just going to stick to the dark. Do that again. And of course, feel free to do this differently. This is just to give you some inspiration. And I really think as well that digital stamps, seriously guys, get into them because they are really, really cost effective. If you get a, you can try out Creative Fabrica for a month for $1, and then you have access to pretty much everything, I think. And then you can have a look and see if you like it, and if you don't have to go ahead. You can always cancel at any time. So I got a yearly subscription because I know I'll be using this quite often. But there we go. What do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts. And also, do you make Halloween cards? And if you do you give them out or do you keep them, or what do you do with them? Because here in Australia, we don't really celebrate Halloween, but it is gaining popularity every year. And I'm noticing the shops now have got a lot of Halloween stuff. So people are now starting to have, you know, Halloween themed parties. They're around. So there's always a Halloween themed party, but I've noticed now kids are coming out in neighborhoods and doing trick-or-treating, and they also, they dress up, and yeah, it's kind of fun as well. So yeah, I have seen it around, so not unusual, but it's not a big deal here in Australia, I've got to admit. Amongst the, you know, the kids and things, yes. But there we go, guys. Here's my finished card. This is such a cute stamp set. If you like Halloween gnomes, I highly suggest downloading this, and then you can print it at any size you like. This is approximately 3 inches high. So I'll just put this against the ruler. So that's 1, 2. Yeah, it's about 3 inches high. It's 3 inches high. So yeah, and this one was 3 3/4 inches from that cartridge. And I had a heap of fun making something that's completely different to what I do. So let me know your thoughts. And if you like this video, please don't forget to press the like button, subscribe and share if possible. This will really help me out a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.